What's going on, CashSports family? How y'all doing today? Pleasant to be back, to get back to, you know, what I love to do the most. And let's talk about Cash Sports, feel me? Whenever you guys decide to tune in, drop that like or subscribe. And by any chance, let me drop this in the comment section now. So if anybody wants to join, hey, I'm all ears. Anybody can talk whatever they gotta talk. That's what I made Cash Sports for, so people can watch, engage, and again have that barbershop conversation. Whatever it is, football, basketball, we get into it. So, but for today, I want to talk about basketball. I just want to try to get as much basketball in right now because I know football, just started today. Well, I would say the preseason. Jaguars and Raiders playing, so it's that Hall of Fame game. I should be watching it right now. Preseason, I still like to get a couple games in there. But with that being said, I just want to try to get in as much basketball as possible because there's still some things going on. But as soon as the NFL season starts kicking off, yeah, I'm going to start going, really deep into that. So, in the meantime, while things are still on the down low, I'm gonna kind of alternate it. I'm gonna talk basketball one day, I'm gonna talk football another, and then if there's any big boxing news, I'll even try to throw that in there also. So that's how it's gonna be, at least in that regard. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into our topic. Let's get into what we're gonna talk about. So first thing I want to talk about, Lakers are able to offer LeBron James an extension. So I know we spoke about it, but now is the time where it's actually come up and it's coming to effect. LeBron has up until June to actually sign the extension. And I know I spoke about it in the previous video, but now I got somebody who's going to give a little bit of insight on from their perspective as well. But after a couple days or two, I've started to kind of look at a lot of other different factors that's going to play into LeBron either signing the extension or possibly leaving. But you guys are well aware of why I think LeBron should stay with the Lakers, unless he says he wants to play with his son, which is kind of the real reason why I think he's really still even playing football. So let me add my guy in right now. Yo. What's up, bro?
Yep.
What you doing? All right. So this LeBron extension, right? So LeBron was offered, I believe, like a $93 million extension. I think that he shouldn't sign it so early. But ultimately, I don't really see any other place where LeBron should or could go. I think honestly he should stay in LA. He built his empire. He built his he built his frame here. His family loves it. And then people, there's a lot of rumors as it pertains to people saying that he should be going back to Cleveland, or Cleveland is, in the front running to land him, or to land LeBron James back. Only reason I can kind of see him even going to the Cavs if there was a chance that the Cavs would pick up Bronny. But will that happen? And is that likely to happen? We don't know. That's still way further down. We don't really know, exactly what's going on. So I'm gonna keep you on for a second. And so at that point, one, I don't really see LeBron leaving to go to the, from LA to Cleveland. That would kind of be a step back just as it pertains to his business and, um, with his movie, his production company. So I'm gonna let Artem step in here, give his insight on whether LeBron James should sign the extension or not. So, Artem, you still there?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
no, you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alright. I mean, to be honest, as much as I like to talk shit about LeBron, they should sign him because, I mean, you can talk about the shit, but he is the best player on the team, and he was the only reason that they were able to do something the past season.
Well, I mean, the Lakers do want to sign him, and honestly, it's not really the Lakers' choice whether they should sign him. I think you got it confused here a little bit.
Oh, you mean that?
It's whether LeBron wants to stay in LA, not if the Lakers are going to sign him. The Lakers want to sign him. They offered him the contract. It's whether LeBron should. He has a choice. Remember, he's the billionaire. That money is nothing to him. So if he was to stay for 2 years, yeah, it's championship or bust. But I mean, like, he's doing LA a favor more so LA doing LeBron a favor. You know what I mean? Like that's not really. If he were to do this, if he were to stay with the Lakers, it's clearly at this point not because of the money, but if I believe if he were to stay on the Lakers, and if it's championship or bust, I mean, only other viable option, as it would be if he were to take less money, just so just out of curiosity, just to see how the team would kind of build around that. But not a lot of situations like that really occur when people take a big chunk of money that they could potentially get, as opposed to what they're actually getting. There's only really so few players who've actually done something like that. And that's that. So what do you have to say in regards to that?
Well, LeBron seems to be happy in LA, so I don't see him going anytime before Bronny comes into the league. He'll probably sign a clear extension to the player option in order for him to play with the Sun. But before that, yeah, there is no reason for him to leave the Lakers.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't really see him having really any ambition outside of Cleveland. I mean, outside of LA to even leave. But that's that's that. So we kind of agree on there. I'm not gonna really stay too long on it. So James Harden, as of recently, honestly, I'm James Harden in the 76ers. I'm really actually excited about what the 76ers are going to be looking like this year. Even though I think James Harden went through a lot of shit last year, as he should have, because he is kind of a diva. He does kind of have a diva personality. But at the end of the day, I know James Harden wants to play basketball, right? I know he does want to win a championship. But with that being said, he lost a lot of weight. I've just seen some pictures of James Harden lately, and he's looking real slim. He's looking like an anemic Rick Ross or somebody like that. But obviously he took a little bit. He took a little bit of a pay cut, declined his player options so that team can be a little bit more flexible with the cash and the salary cap. And for the most part, this team is relatively together. Joel Embiid, coming off of MVP like season, and James Harden, I think he's looking to come back with some intention this year. I think with the whole off season, staying in shape. I mean, from what we see in the past, James Harden has always been a very dangerous player when he stayed in shape. So what do we expect from James Harden? I think is the bigger question on this team, because we know what we're gonna get from Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is kind of gonna do his thing, but what type of James Harden are we gonna see coming into next year? And I think that's very important, because the 76ers, even though Joel Embiid is the maker of this team, he is the guy that's kind of holding the building from the bottom, kind of keeping everything together. This franchise or this team is heavily relying on James Harden, whether people seem to not understand that or not. And it has nothing to do with Tyrese Maxey, even though he's a fantastic player. I think he's a great young player, and he'll grow to be something extremely special. But this team cannot win a championship unless James Harden takes the bull by the horn and starts, setting these guys up, start showing some of that veteran experience and why he was the greatest, or I wouldn't say the greatest, but why he was the best shooting guard in the past decade. You know what I mean? So,
But it's also a great effect due to the coaching. Doc Rivers is one of the worst coaches in the league, and that's a fact. His rotations hurt the team tremendously.
So okay, so how would you talk about his rotations? You elaborate on that.
Well, the fact that they're turning Harden into a playmaker. Harden needs to shoot the ball like he always did in Houston. Right now, all he does is he's just a playmaker. That's why he's pretty much had the second most assists per game during this past season.
I mean, yeah, but even though playmaking is still important, especially when you're running point, because one, you still gotta consider the factor. One, James Harden led the league in assists in 1 year. I believe that was one of the years when he was with Mike D'Antoni. But let me add Buddy in here real quick. All right.
Yo.
Welcome, Josh. Welcome. So hold on, let me.
Bitch. Yes, sir. Yo, sorry I'm late, bro. I got here. I zoomed here, bro.
No, you good. But hold on, because I'm still I'm just finishing up a point, so you can just tap in when things happen. You can still be on video. I'm just gonna keep saying what I was saying. But with James Harden though, right? Like, somebody still who's gonna legit be the point. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, James Harden is an extension. James Harden, or the point guard, is an extension of the coach on the field or on the court. And so, yes, James Harden does need to score more. That's a fact. That does need to happen. Especially when you have somebody like Joel Embiid who builds up a lot of, he takes away defense. And not to mention, he's going to get double teamed. Joel Embiid is going to get double teamed. He's going to get most of the defensive attention on the court. And then so that leaves James Harden to get, a lot of shots open, a lot of 3-point shots. He has to be able to, we got to see if he's going to get his first step back, because even last season, he wasn't really looking so great. So with that being said, yes, I do agree that he has to score, but when you're a point guard, you still have the power to control, what's on the court. It's not like it's football, where the coach calls the play, and then he dictates, all right, what's going to happen next, and as it pertains to at least with the play. And then even then, that's still up to the players on how they perform and what's going on and things of that nature. But if James Harden, I agree that he does need to shoot more. That's without a doubt. After last season, James Harden needs to stop having these types of performances in the playoffs. I think that needs to be said though too. Like, I understand, so sometimes you can have some really bad games. I'm not talking about those games where you're shooting for a bad percentage. I mean, we just talking about shooting the fucking ball, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like that is so uncharacteristic of James Harden to be shooting 0 for 2 in the second half in the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't happen, and that shouldn't be happening. If no matter if it was James Harden who's having 30, 35, 40, or even 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, like you need to shoot more than 2 times if you're on the court and it's the playoffs. But I'm not going to hold that to him as of now because, it's a clean sweep. There's a new season coming up in a couple months, but I expect to see a really hungry James Harden. I expect to see a really hungry James Harden. And he said it himself. He said, this is his team now. This is the team that he's always wanted to go to. He said this is the team that he always wanted to go to. And so we're going to see. So this year, I expect James Harden to kind of have relatively the same numbers, but I think his scoring will probably increase maybe by 2 points or a point over. But in the playoffs, I expect James Harden to be, to bump that up. And even though I don't got the 76ers winning the championship this year, I would still have them. If everything falls right, I can still see them hitting the Eastern Conference Finals for sure. So, no.
Conference Finals is a bit of a stretch, I'd say, but Harden is not the same Harden we saw in the Rockets, and that's a fact. He's just not. Look at this guy.
Is that his rookie card?
Yeah,
we only get rookie cards over here, Bucko. We only get rookie cards over here. Let me show you. Let me show you a thing or two since you wanna show your little collection. Oh, you can't even see it because of my thing. Well, this is Joe Burrow. If you can see it, Joe Burrow rookie card. Another time. So, Josh, what do you think about this whole? What type of James Harden do you expect to see coming in this next season? I mean, he's lost some weight. I've stated earlier that he's lost some weight. He's looking really good. Slimmer. I think this is probably the slimmest since he's been on the Rockets. Because even with the Nets, he was still looking kind of chunky. He was still looking like he like he still had all that weight on him, and that was a result of or partially. I mean, we really don't know, but it could have contributed to his the whole hamstring injury, so he wasn't able to really do all his step backs and whatnot. So, Josh, elaborate, man. Let me know what kind of James Harden are you gonna see in this coming season in detail?
26, 8, and 10.
26, 8, and 10?
26, 8, and 10. Look,
okay.
As James Harden biggest fan, makes me a little sad to say that, he's not prime James Harden no more. The hamstring injury, really affected him. But, he's going to come into the season in shape. He looked himself in the mirror and said, look, man, I'm not that guy. I need more help. I'm going to take less money. That is something Russell Westbrook did not do. Okay, because they're both able to opt into their contract for another year, right? Or they could, sign a new contract. And James Harden signed a new contract. He took a lot less money that allowed them to add PJ Tucker and Daniel House, who was better for maybe wins the game. And he's working off summer. He's gonna get some of that speed back. He's gonna get a nice setback back. And man, 26, even 10. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. Definitely.
So I mean, you say he's gonna be good, But I mean, we know the end game here. We know what we know what's really going to go down. We know what James Harden is trying to do or trying to achieve, and that's win a championship. So, with everything that's going down and with everything that's going to happen, with all these teams, we still got Warriors. We still got. I don't know what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets as of right now, but I mean, there's still the Bucks. There's still the Heat. There's there's Clippers now. Who else is on the Heat that's able to contend at the moment? Besides Heat, Celtics.
The Nuggets. Can't forget
Raptors. The Nuggets. I mean, but that's that's. I mean, all those teams all together. Those are the teams that he's gonna have to face one or the other. He's gonna have to face those teams in the East, and then he's gonna have to beat a team on the West, which we all know. What you gotta do to win a championship. But do you think the 76ers are able to beat a team like that, or all those teams? And honestly, I don't think they're able to beat certain teams. I don't think they'll be able to beat the Bucks. I don't think they'll be able to beat a team like the Bucks, which is why I said farthest they go is the Eastern Conference Finals. What you guys say about that?
Let me chime in real quick. I believe that if Joel Embiid was healthy against the Heat, the Sixers win. And we saw how healthy Joel
against the Celtics. No, against the Bucks. No, they did go against the Bucks this year.
No, they did not. They went against the Raptors and then they lost the Heat.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I believe Joel Embiid. It all depends on if Joel Embiid's healthy. Like, if James Harden is going to be next season, Joel Embiid just for the playoffs, forget about it. Okay? Forget about it. But one more thing I want to say when it comes to James Harden. This is the most James Harden's ever been slandered in his career. And next
say
season,
again. Hey, if you have a mic or something, can you try to put it closer to your mouth?
Oh yeah, for sure. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so James Harden has been slandered the most last season, right? Slandered the most in his entire career.
Negative.
He got so much hate. There's so much negativity about James.
He's up there. Honestly, I'm not disagreeing with that. My fault on that. But it was definitely between Westbrook and James Harden. I don't know who was worse. Keep it 100.
Yeah. No. It was Westbrook 1 and James Harden 2. Okay.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
So continue.
But next season, he's gonna flip the narrative like nobody else has flipped the narrative before, because the media will have you believe that James Harden's a bum. That's what the media will have you believe. The media will have you believe that he's some fat ass, that he's not that he's washed almost. Next season, James Harden's gonna pass Ray Allen in threes. He's gonna be number 2, and he's gonna be averaging at least 26, 8, and 10. So he's gonna be the best shooting guard. Well, he'll be point guard next season, but people are gonna know James Harden is James Harden. He's easily a top 15 player. Like you can't go outside the top. If you go outside the top 15 with James Harden, that's disrespectful. I have him as 9 in my top 15, and he's gonna flip the narrative, man.
No, bro.
We're in, right.
No, he's talking about
right
active players.
Oh, okay.
Man, bro, all time is not going to change so often. You shouldn't even really be changing your top 5, your top 10 like that. So, but I know that's not you, Josh. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking in general. But yeah, no, this is James Harden's. There's a lot of pressure. As I said last year and going into this year, there's always pressure with James Harden because Autumn, this is almost like the MVP effect of what I've stated, right? So James Harden is a very good example of what I've been trying to tell you as it pertains to Jokic. He was the best shooting guard. He won MVP, right? Could have probably won 2, right? Could have won 3, right? And then look at how late in his career he's doing everything he can to win a championship. He's come up short to win a championship. And then you see what's going on now with James Harden. And so obviously this is the final phase of the process. All that stuff in the past, you know, with Ben Simmons, and I mean, they don't even have the same GM anymore. So this is the process changed completely. But yeah, this is the final stage of the process, man. You know, this is the end game. This is the end goal. If it doesn't work out here, if it doesn't work out here in these next 2 years, or maybe even 3, because James Harden, whether we accept it or not, whether you choose to accept it or not, his window is closing, you know. And there's a lot of players where their window is closing. Even, you know, LeBron James also, you know, he's at the top of that. He's one of the players top of that list. Even Kevin Durant with his situation with the Nets, on whether, you know, he's supposed to meet with the owner Joe Tsai here pretty soon and talk about whether he's gonna leave or go or not. So yeah, man, James Harden, remember, he's been in this league for a very long time, man. And so just to elaborate more, you know, this, I think over these next couple years, this is what's gonna define James Harden's or I would say it would be the overview of, you know, certain points of his career. You know, I think it's gonna have this is gonna shine a big light on his career. Now, when he fails, let's just say if he doesn't win a championship, I think it's still okay. I you know, James Harden would still be one of the greatest shooting guards of all time. No, you know, no disrespect there. I think that way now. I still think he's one of the, you know, I think he's playing as one of the best shooting guards of all time. And so, but if he doesn't win a championship, we already know how that narrative goes. It happens to Barkley. It happens to Patrick Ewing. It happens to a lot of players. And I think where people get things misconstrued is that just because a player doesn't have a ring, you know, it insinuates that they're not great players. It's just the fact that they're so great, you know, why don't they, or why didn't they win? And I feel like, you know, with James Harden in his situation, or in many of his situations, you know, it could have been really close. So I think, like I said, in these next 2 years, this is the destiny moment, or shall I say, you know, this is the part where, you know, if he can manifest his destiny, can he do it? Can he win a championship? And Josh, you got to come out, man. You got to say yes, no, like, you know, you gotta let me know, like, is he gonna be first in the East, second, third? You know, but let me let Artem, you know, chime in on this. Well, you got anything you want to add on what I said?
Let's jump straight to the Josh. I'll say after.
Okay, Josh, what you want to elaborate?
Yeah, I was going to hit the bull, but yeah, I'll elaborate real quick. All right, James Harden is already a top 20 player. Okay, like that's ever, yes, all time he's top 20 easily.
Okay, I'll have to make my own list for me to talk like that. But okay.
Trust me. Every NBA analyst says James Harden top 20. You can ask Skip Bayless. He said he's top 20. You can ask all these guys. Okay, people, real hoopers know what James Harden's about, and you know, I know you guys know what James Harden's about too, man. James Harden is already the greatest player to never win a ring. Yes. I'm gonna go say that. I don't even think it's close. I think the second greatest player to never win a ring.
I don't know about all that, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna have to probably pick Westbrook on this one. If we're gonna be honest, give him shit. We can give him Westbrook a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, we still can't take away everything that he's done in his career. You know what I'm saying? He's won an MVP just like Harden. You know what I'm saying? The triple doubles that he was doing, regardless of how we say it, regardless of how we judge it, he still did it. And he's the only player, by the way, to have ever done that. Right? James Harden did some fantastic things. You know what I'm saying? But to greatest player to ever win a ring.
You can't say that, bro.
Huh?
You can't say Westbrook better than Harden, man. That's
I'm not saying I mean, but bro, like, hey, I got people who go off stats. Me personally, I would say James Harden. I would take James Harden over Westbrook. But if you talk about the greatest player to have ever, I mean, the greatest player to not win a ring, there's a lot of people that would say Westbrook during his prime years, bro.
All statistical categories indicate that Westbrook is very overrated. This is a guy that has more playoff losses than playoff wins. James Harden has far more playoff wins than playoff losses. Okay, and let's not pretend like Westbrook's had a bad team now. Paul George. When Russell Westbrook was with Paul George, how did they lose to the Utah Jazz in 2018 with the baby Donovan Mitchell? They lost in 5 games. They lost the 5 games against the Jazz in 2018. 2019, Harden beat the Jazz in 5 games. He didn't even have CP3. You can look it up. 2019. Look up 2019.
No, I agree, bro. No, you're right, because Westbrook has played with a lot of stars. And you know what I'm saying, with Kevin Durant, with James Harden too, you know, twice, you know, Paul George. Like, you can't have these guys come through and then you be the common, you know, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, you know, you can't be the common denominator and then wonder why things didn't really work out, why things aren't working out. But that's a Westbrook situation is wild, man. It's like, even though it's just strictly business and basketball, you know, a great thing, you know, it's not on no other shit, but yeah, his situation is just ludicrous. Like, you know, he fired his agent, now he wants to go to a new agent. But yeah, man. So, but you were saying though, because I know you were still getting at something.
Yeah, man. You know, I was just gassing up James Harden, man. But you know, Westbrook used to be one of my favorite players, and you know, back in 2020 Rockets with, you know, Russ and Harden, people in 2020 still thought Russ was in his prime. You know what I mean? Like, for the season, he averaged 27. You know? Like, he played nice with the Rockets. Yeah, man. I just want to say that Rockets team, 2020 Rockets.
Yeah, he played all right with the Rockets. Westbrook did play.
That was my favorite team of all time, bro.
And he played
your favorite team of all time?
It was just like, because even though it wasn't the best Rockets team, like, just watching that on TV, just seeing Russ and Harden on the same team, bro. Me 2 years ago would watch every single NBA game. I couldn't miss it.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was good to see. It was definitely. Talk, bro.
Yeah, but Westbrook was good on the Wizards after too. It's only on the Lakers that his efficiency dropped like that.
No, that efficiency, bro. Westbrook is not efficient, bro.
I mean, points,
bro. Dog. Even with points, bro, it's not Westbrook efficiency and in points, bro. Yes, you could. He's a volume shooter. Right, he shoots the ball, he lays the ball up, and he dunks. Efficiency is not even in Westbrook's vocabulary, bro. That's not even in his back of his mind. He's shooting until he makes it. You know what I'm saying? So Westbrook was never an efficient player.
Well,
at least, you know what? Let me be honest. No, hold on. Let me just be honest here. I mean, earlier, like, you know, his OKC days, you know, he was a better player, but obviously he wasn't the player he was now. But Westbrook was never like an efficient player in terms of his field goal percentage and his averages. But you can say what you guys say now.
Well, actually, yeah, I said what I need to say.
Yeah, man. So
overrated. Do you guys think Prime Russ is overrated? Because I do. I'm a strong believer that Prime Russ is very overrated.
I can't hear you, bro.
Do you guys think Prime Russ is overrated?
No, I don't. I think he deserves everything that he's been given. Especially, there was one particular year where Kevin Durant was out, and in the beginning of the year, Russell Westbrook was out too. I just don't remember the year. I think it was like Westbrook had missed the first quarter of the season, and he came back. I think I think that was the year he led in scoring. I may or may not be mistaken. And OKC was like the last team in the West. They were the last team in the West at the time when Westbrook had came back to playing on the team. Now Westbrook started playing on the team again, and they started going crazy. That's when Westbrook was, putting up points, getting triple doubles. And even though that year they didn't make the playoffs, they just, they were, I think they were 9 or they were like 9 or 10. Like they were battling, they were fighting to try to, squeeze into playoffs. So, but just imagine if Kevin Durant was there, that team could have, probably still could have did something that year. But Kevin Durant wasn't, he wasn't healthy. So you had Westbrook really trying to do the most, really trying to do whatever he can to make sure that the team would win every other night. So no, I don't think prime Russ is overrated. I think because of the fact that now he's later in his career, whether he chooses to accept it or not, and I think he's lost quite a step. And then he's just, it just happens to everybody, man. You're not going to be that same player. You're not going to be, as quick as you were. You're not as, you're not going to be as strong as you were. And he never had a jump shot, so his jump shot will never improve as far as I can see. You know what I'm saying? So, or at least, I don't know, his game, or I would just say his game time jump shot, or his on the court jump shot, because it's very different from how he shoots on the it's very different how he shoots in practice. But yeah, no, I don't think it was overhyped. Absolutely not. You don't get three. You don't average 3 triple doubles in straight in 3 straight seasons and be overhyped. No.
But you see, what I meant to say with my previous claim is that he did average. He did have 3 triple doubles in a row. But the only other time he did have a triple-double was with the Wizards. No other year.
No, he had a triple-double with the Wizards, did he not?
Oh,
I think it was with the Rockets when he didn't.
No, he had with the Wizards.
It was with the Wizards. He didn't do it.
He did.
No, he did it with the Wizards. He didn't do it with the Rockets, but he still averaged like 27, 7, and 7 with the Rockets. So it was one of his best seasons.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, he didn't do it with the Rockets, but then he did it with the Wizards. Yeah, because they talked about it again. He had the triple double, and then that's when the Lakers traded for him, and then look where we are now. And so Westbrook, man, he had a better chance of staying with the Wizards than Bradley Beal. It was kind of like almost like the James Harden and Russell Westbrook situation down in Houston. Beal can shoot, he could obviously be, Beal is obviously a very good scorer. And I think he just had a better situation there. But how do we even get to Westbrook? Oh yeah, we were talking about the Sixers though. So, but you were talking about your top 10, and then I know I brought up Westbrook. But yeah, just with the James Harden. No, man, hold on.
Who's the greatest without the ring?
Huh? Oh, who's the greatest without the ring?
We were talking who's the greatest without the ring. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then Josh was talking about James Harden. And I don't know. I think that's very. Honestly, I'm gonna just say James Harden might be up. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look through that though, because there's a lot of players who have won a ring and you still got to kind of give them their. Nah, bro. What about Karl Malone though?
Ooh, ain't no chance. He didn't have a jump shot. He wasn't hitting step backs like Harden. Come on, and here's what you don't think about. Okay. You could argue if you really want to argue. Fine. You could say Karl Malone's a better scorer than James Harden just because he has more points.
I'm not even relating it to points
Harden's
because I don't.
Guard. He's getting others involved.
But Karl Malone also has 2 MVPs.
No, but it's not like he was a point guard throughout his career. Yes, James Harden is for the most part a combo guard, but let's not confuse it and make it seem like on the Rockets he was a shooting guard to the literal sense, more so a shooting.
I'm gonna disagree with that. I'm gonna disagree with that a lot.
Bro, what do you mean? He was averaging 30.
He was averaging 30, but one year, 2016, he had 29.
He led the
and
league in
11
assists.
11
Yes.
assists.
Yes,
Curry's
but
never had 11 assists. Westbrook's
Mm.
never had 11 assists. Chris Paul, who people say is the greatest point guard in every time. Yo, my fault. He's never had 11 assists.
in the
So it's
season,
like, CP3's never had 11 assists. I think his most was 10.
but he's led the league in assists multiple years though. So isn't
Yes. Yes, but I'm just saying, if you have 11 assists, you have to be
Mm.
respected as one of the greatest playmakers of all time. And he's had many years where he had like +9 assists.
Hold on, I'm a part of you on that one, bro. I mean, like I get, and I'm looking at it right now. He actually did it in 2007. He had 11.6, and he led the league that year. And then he did it in 2008. Right now, so he had 22 and 11. The year before, 21 and 11. Right, and then there was a couple years, so he led the league in assists, which is not to be laughed at, right? Because to have assists, you at least gotta have like 10 or 11. And then so the times where he played on the Clippers in 2013, 2014, he had 10 or more assists. So no, Chris Paul did have. Let's not get disrespectful.
He had 11.
Chris Paul was
I didn't
still
know he had 11.
Yeah, he did, and he did it twice, by the way. So let's not disrespect Chris Paul now. Huh?
I was 6 years old, running around in diapers when he last had 11 assists.
Oh man, I mean, shit. Hey, bro.
I was mad, bro.
It was still the fact of the matter that you thought that he didn't do it, and he did.
I know.
Chris Paul was still.
You fact checked me on that. Respect.
Bro, I mean, Chris Paul, and it's sad though too, you know, because Chris Paul is kind of going to be in that argument too. It's just being freaking cursed. Like he just can't seem to catch a break in the playoffs, you know. And Chris Paul definitely might be up there as one of those players to have never, you know, been up there and never win a chip, you know. As fantastic as he was, but I think to this point, it's just reached a limit where Chris Paul can keep receiving excuses. And to be honest, I was one of those people who was giving Chris Paul excuses. You know, like, oh, you know, he's limited. He can't, you know, he's a 6 foot point guard. I mean, honestly, the things that we've seen Steph Curry done, you know, Isaiah Thomas, you know, Kyrie Irving. I mean, we give all these guys credit when it comes to winning basketball games, and Chris Paul is definitely capable of winning basketball games. He has a really high fourth quarter percentage in the playoffs. So even despite that Mavs series, came to a certain point where he was shooting 70% in the fourth quarter in the playoffs during clutch moments. So it's just reached a point now. It's just Chris Paul is just getting really old, and his window is getting smaller and smaller. Honestly, now. If it wasn't last year, because people didn't even think they were going to the finals the year when they went to the finals, and then last year nobody expected them to be first seed, and then they, you know, we saw what happened. So, but let's talk about the Suns now. You know, because there is, you know, that team does have some question marks as it pertains to, you know, what could happen next, what's going to go down, what's going to happen, you know. So I'm looking at long term, right? They did sign DeAndre Ayton, they did lock in Devin Booker, so they already locked in their security. But the biggest question now is Chris Paul, their facilitator, their playmaker. You know, what's going to happen with that? Now, when Chris Paul leaves, I wouldn't say that they wouldn't be able to compete, because, you know, during that whole bubble scenario, they did win eight straight. And when Chris Paul got hurt this year, you know, they won a good amount of games without Chris Paul. But without that leadership, without that, you know, that veteran, and to an extent, leading by example. Where do we see the Suns going from here without Chris Paul also? Because he's not going to be on that team forever, and he's not going to be as effective as he used to. you guys can chime in if you want.
The Suns will be just fine without Chris Paul. Okay. The Suns have a lot of good shooters, and even though a lot of them, with the exception of Mikal Bridges, are pretty trash defenders, Aiden's a top 5 center in the league. So it's kind of like what the Utah Jazz got, where if you get beaten on the perimeter, Aiden or Gobert are just gonna clean that up. That's the advantage with Aiden. But yeah, man, they'll be just fine. They can run the offense through Devin Booker. Devin Booker's actually one thing that he is underrated in is his playmaking. Devin Booker can pass the ball, so yeah, they'll be just fine, man. Chris Paul,
no, they'll be fine for sure. But it's just because that's the expectation, is to see to get back to that title. And we all know when it comes to the league, some teams say, oh, we're gonna get back here and we're gonna try to win it. And a lot of those times, man, they don't get that opportunity again. Players work so hard, they play their ass off in the playoffs, only to lose it and say, we're gonna be back. But a lot of those times, it doesn't happen. So especially now, there's a lot of the younger players, like Giannis isn't really going anywhere. Warriors are still here, but and then they have they have a young core. The Clippers, give or take, the Clippers could do a lot of damage if they're healthy. They could do a lot of damage when they're healthy. And then not to mention, the Nuggets are still a very competitive team in the league. So yeah, I think going down the in the future, it could be way more complicated to win a ring then than it would now. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. It does get more competitive because all the teams are becoming are getting very defensively. Like every team.
Say again?
Every team right now becomes very defensively. Even the Lakers. Look at them. How they hired the defensive coach of the Bucks. They're going to get very defensive because they know.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's yeah. No, I okay. I kind of get what you're saying. So yeah, they can get better defensively, but I don't even think it's really about whether they can get better defensively. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you could be a really good defensive team, but I mean, it's not like they have any you need the personnel to be able to get better defensively. You know what I mean? Like you can't just you need to have certain players who are willing to defend. Like being on a defensive role on a team that even though it's kind of put on the back burner and you're not really going to be the star, you're really not going to be like the main guy. But that is a big responsibility, for the team by leading on the defensive assignments and being able to guard the best guy, on a consistent basis. And so, Mikal Bridges is without a doubt a great player, but we just seen him lose to Luka. We just seen, what I'm saying? We just seen the Suns lose to Luka. We just seen, them lose in the finals before that. So, and those are two different situations. Aiden has clearly shown that he can't hold the guy down like Giannis. You guys can interject though here. If I'm talking about something, you guys can say something in regards to if you want to make a point.
Hey man, Giannis is he's not going anywhere, man, and the Bucks.
Giannis is not going anywhere.
No, yeah, Giannis is gonna be good for years, bro.
Huh?
Giannis is gonna be good for years, bro. And basically,
he's gonna be good for years. Okay.
Yes, sir. And basically, man, the Bucks would be like an 11 seeder though, Giannis. So I'll carry to him, man. But Giannis is one of the best teams in the league.
Hey, tell Artem that he's the one that's not convinced.
You ain't convinced, Arnold? Come on, dog. Giannis is fun.
I give Giannis credit. Just
No,
you
you
know,
don't. You don't say he's above Jokic.
I don't
And
say that. That's
yes, and that's what you need to say. That's what you need to say, bro. What you think otherwise too, Josh?
No, man. Like, yo, I don't even like Giannis. That's what, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Giannis fan, I like players that have skill, and I like players that can, like, catch you out the dribble. I like players that cries for the shot, shoot the ball. Like, at the end of the day, Giannis is, like, I'm not a fan of his, but at the end of the day, 6'11". The man has, like, a 40-inch vert. He's running, like, as fast as, like, fucking, like, that, damn near, like, fucking fast deer and fox. With, like, combine that skill set, man. Giannis is just crazy, man. He's the most athletic player in NBA history besides Ben Wallace.
You said Ben Wallace?
Fam,
I mean, that's another. That's
Wallace,
I know about Ben Wallace, bro. But to say the most athletic, honestly, that might be wrong because there's a lot of other players. Like you could talk about Bill Russell, you could talk about Wilt, like you could talk about a bunch of different, Dominique Wilkins, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Like there's a plethora of there's so many guys, bro. And Wilt alone, like if we're gonna be honest, if you're talking about most athletic, Wilt was a long jumper. He was a sprinter. Like he did he was swimming. Like he did a bunch of other sports. Not to mention he was playing 40 minutes a game.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, good
You know
call.
what I'm saying?
Wilt's the most athletic of all time. But when I said athletic like that, man, like I don't mean like like. I mean,
I get
like,
what you're saying, though.
Freakish nature, bro. Like, Will was 7'1". The guy had a crazy stride. Like he's the type of player that if you see on a basketball court, even without seeing how as good his jump shot is, you're like, damn, like I'm not beating.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You know what, though? It's like I hate when people keep bringing up this thing with Giannis and his jump shot. It's only, I mean, people are only talking about it because he's trying to shoot them. You know what I mean? Like he keeps shooting them. Like it's like Giannis doesn't have to shoot threes, bro. He averages 29, 27, 30 points per game. Shooting like do we really think about this? I mean, like let's really think about this and really understand that Giannis averages 29 fucking points, shooting 29% from the field. And people say he, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he can't shoot. He doesn't need to shoot. He won a freaking championship by shooting 60% from what he always does. That's what wins games, bro, with Giannis. I would be happy for the rest of my life if Giannis never shot a 3-point for the rest of his career. If he just did exactly what he was doing or exactly what he keeps doing, which nobody can stop him. No, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can stop Giannis from what he's trying to do. And then he can average 35 points. He can average 35 points, 32, 33 in the season. With double rebounds. 7 or 8 assists a game. So people need to stop getting this thing into his head where it's like, okay, Giannis needs to shoot threes. Even the announcer was saying it was like, why does he keep shooting these? Giannis gets the most points from transition. Giannis has one of the best averages in the paint when it comes to efficiency in the paint. So why would you tell a guy? It's like this. It's like with Superman, right? Superman is a superhero, and then you tell him, hey, we need you to use this kryptonite to beat this villain. That's almost what it's like. Everybody keeps telling Giannis to use his weakness. Use your weakness, bro. You get what I'm saying? And
let me interject real quick.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So the reason why he keeps using his weakness is because once you keep using your weakness, it no longer becomes your weakness, and then he has no weaknesses, man. Because Giannis has a jump shot where he's shooting like 38%, greatest player of all time by me.
I mean, he doesn't even need to shoot 38%. Like, even if he shot like 33, 35, 34, I think that suffice. 38 is a lot.
And for his legacy, you'll get respect because he's hitting that jumper. See, like, Giannis is 10 times better shooter than Patrick Ewing. 10 times better shooter than... No, sorry. 50 times better shooter than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 50 times better of a shooter than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So it's like... Giannis is shooting to give some respect for his legacy. That's all.
Nah, respect. And what sort of... I mean, it... Okay, I get what you're saying in terms of basketball talk. Like, it gives him... But nah, bro. They still leave him open. They would still rather have him shoot the ball than go to the paint, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. I'm watching these games, bro. Like, when I'm watching these games, like even the announcers going crazy. Like, why is he keep shooting these? What's the point? Your best game is inside, bro. They can't stop it. How many times have people stopped Giannis from scoring the ball on the inside? How many? I'll give you the answer. None. Nobody stopped him. So I get it. I get the fact on why he's shooting. I get the fact that why he needs to shoot. It's not, because at the end of the day, if you're at the three, you still want to get, you want to make the defense hesitate. That's kind of the point. But he ain't getting nowhere. He ain't getting nowhere anytime soon. Like, as far as where his threes really need to be in order for it to be that good. But nah, man, stick to the inside game, man. Stick to the inside game. Shaq, all them players, Kareem, all those big centers were doing numbers without even think about with Wilt Chamberlain, everything that he was doing without the 3-point line. He's got more points than anybody with the 3-point line when it pertains to regular season. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can make even though 3 is better than 2, but I'd rather take a made 2 than a missed 3. Right?
Here's the thing. Would you rather take 3 shots from the paint or 2 threes from 3 and then you missed 1 3? So 2 out of 3 threes. It's the same amount of points. It's the same amount of points. And like, my point basically is that if Giannis starts up the game and he's shooting 3 for 3 from 3, right? Like, he gets
hold on. Okay, let me let you finish.
Yeah, he shoots 3 for 3 from 3. Is the defender gonna keep daring him to shoot, or are they gonna like guard up eventually?
No, I mean it's a hit or miss. They could either guard up or let him keep shooting it. At the end of the day, it's like, teams are gonna, like, they would still allow him to do that. Like, they would still allow him to shoot because they'll rather get beat by Giannis shooting if that's what he's sticking to what he's doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, you still remember it's still in terms of efficiency, bro. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of factors when it comes to who's taking the shot. You saying, okay, if I shoot 1 3, you get what I'm saying, or if I shoot 2 threes and I miss one, what factors in is who's taking the shot. You know what I'm saying? And then how good are they? A really good 3-point percentage is 40%, bro, which is already less than half. So most people are shooting between the 30s, as opposed to 2, where I have a way better chance of making it. And typically it's higher than 40%, and good players are 50%, and really good centers and players shoot 60%. So nah, man, I'm taking the 2s, bro, because it's a better chance shot. You have a better chance of making those shots than you do with the 3s. And that's way more important, especially when you're talking about playoff basketball, bro. In regular season, you can jack those 3s all fucking day long, bro. You can do that shit all day long.
Okay. Let me give you a scenario from a basketball perspective, okay?
Okay.
Because when Giannis is shooting these 3s, I think you have something in mind and Artem has something in mind different than what I have in mind. When I see Giannis shooting threes, I'm thinking of Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton beating their defender out the dribble, driving into the lane, and then once they get double teamed, they see Giannis wide open on the three. They kick it out to him. Okay, so keep that in mind. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton just got double teamed. Giannis is at the three because he's opening the floor up. He has the three. No, the defender's in sight. Should he shoot that ball, or should he just drive to the fucking rim and
drive to the rim?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. So let me tell you this. You realize you talk about basketball perspective, right? You
Everybody's
realize
already in the paint.
but hold on though. You said you would rather have him shoot the ball, right? If I'm a coach on the opposing team, right? I'm the coach on the opposing team, and I got Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, everybody boxed in, everybody's inside, right? And then the only person is Giannis at the three. Guess what? I'm gonna want that shot every fucking time, bro. Yes. Keep having Giannis open at the three. Keep having him shoot, bro. He shot 29%, bro. There's a reason why they leave him open. It's not like Giannis is somebody that's like, okay, they leave open on purpose. No, there's a reason, bro, why they leave him open. They're not gonna leave Chris Middleton open. To an extent, they're not gonna leave Drew Holiday open, or even freaking Grayson Allen's ugly ass. You know what I mean? Like, so it's I would want that look every time if I'm the opposing team. Yes, bro. Or even a mid range. The fact of the matter is he shouldn't be shooting threes like that.
Okay, let me come at you with something I think you'd agree on with me, Pat. Okay, so just so we can get some common ground, because I think you might agree with me on this. If Giannis is running into the paint off an easy catch and shoot 3-pointer, his chances of injury get higher, right? So I'm proposing to you is what the game plan is: shoot some threes in the regular season, then in the playoffs, don't take any. Because it's less demanding on your body if you're shooting threes in the regular season. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, so you're telling me like I would have Giannis be a shooter throughout most of the season, and then in the playoffs he starts taking it to the paint. I mean, that it's kind of unrealistic because one, their best chances of winning is Giannis playing his game, bro. Is running, dribbling the ball in transition, because that's where he gets a lot of his points, right? Dishing the ball out whenever he gets stuffed, right? Giving it to somebody who can actually drain the shot. Somebody who could actually passing the ball, who can actually shoot. Pass it to Chris Middleton. Have him shoot the three.
Like, so that you're saying they would develop this whole tactic throughout this whole season that would work, and right as the playoffs start, they would completely switch up the tactic.
Yeah, bro, that's not realistic, bro. They're not going to do that because you had to, and that's a very good play, Artem, because teams usually establish their game plan once you go to the playoffs, bro. What you're doing is you're bringing how you finished off into the season, or your game plan that you've already had for most of the season. You going into the playoffs like, you know what? Let's stick to our game. Let's play our game. Right? Now you can't have the whole season where you're playing unfamiliar, and then the playoffs you switch it entirely up. It's not gonna work like that, bro.
Nah, it's not that simple, man. Like, the regular season's 82 games. That's 82 different basketball games. So, when you say game plan, Pat, these guys are professionals. There's many game plans. There's 19, 20, 21, 22 game plans. Every coach has tricks up their sleeve, man. So all I'm saying, man, is that
and so you think the trick of his sleeves is Giannis shooting a three?
Listen, man, Giannis
he got that in his back pocket. Like, got that stored. Got that stored right there. That's gonna be the game winner right there. They not gonna expect that one. I mean, they wouldn't expect it if we're gonna be honest. Like, Giannis for the three.
Got the shot ready, man. But hey, man, all I know is he's shooting his threes right now, and he's the second best player in the league in my estimation. So
who's the first?
Jokic.
Oh shit, you put me on the spotlight there.
Bro, Jokic is not the best player, bro.
No,
Stop saying
definitely
that.
Not Jokic. Definitely not Jokic.
100. Yeah, bro. Get out of here with that, bro. That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you a hint of who's my first. Okay. Let me give you a hint.
AD.
Okay. So Andrew Wiggins locks up Jason Tatum in the finals, and Jason Tatum averages like less than 23 points or some shit. Andrew Wiggins locks up Luka Doncic in the
Bro, what are
conference
you
finals.
saying, bro? You saying
Luka-
Andrew
Luka
Wiggins
Da-
is 5?
Andrew Wiggins, Andrew Wiggins is a great defender, but Luka Doncic actually bitched him. And there's nothing anyone can say because at the end of the day, Luka Doncic averaged 35 plus. No one can guard Luka. Luka's the most unguardable player in the league, which is why he's the best player in the league. Luka has everything. He has the strength down low. Luka will body a man down low. He's got this step back jumper. He can pull up. His mid range is top 3, right behind KD and Chris Paul's. So it's like Luka's got every single thing in the bag, man. It's just too OP, man. Too OP.
But yeah, you were saying like your top three players in the league right now, or top 3, top 5.
Oh, the top 5 in the league right now.
I mean, that's what we said. I don't know why you brought up Wiggins.
Yeah, my fault.
Because you said Giannis was at 2. I said who's number 1 then?
Luka's number 1.
No, negative, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, see, this is that shit, man. This that shit y'all keep talking about. That's why. Let's cut that shit off right now. Yes, Luka is a great player, bro. We give him that. But it's like, it's like when players have success in the league, apparently it's like people have short-term fucking memory. Like Luka, he went to 1 conference championship, bro. He went to 1.
And averaged 36.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's like a big deal, right? That's like
okay. Yes, that's a big deal. And what about Giannis? What he do? He did nothing with his career.
Giannis is nice, but he doesn't have a jump shot. Like Luka has a jump shot.
That's not what says. So when Shaq and all these players, when all these centers were coming through, right? Where was the deciding factor? Oh, they can't shoot, so they can't be the best player in the league. No, bro. I'm not putting Luka. I'm not putting Jokic. I'm not putting Embiid. I'm not putting Kevin Durant. I'm not putting any of these players above Giannis right now, because right now he's in his prime, bro. He's in his prime. He just came fresh, even though it wasn't the Warriors one, right? But give or take, bro. Nah, man. We're not gonna take away that year from Giannis, bro. He deserves to be 1 or 2.
Giannis is 2 for me, and I'm not even gonna respond to that because I'm not trying to bash Giannis. But you can't sit up here and pretend like it's not close. Look, if you think Giannis is better
it's
than
close.
Luka, fine.
No, it is close.
Okay.
It's close. I'll say it's close. I'm not trying to say all right, Luka is not, he's not there. But
Sure.
factor, man, and that's the case for Jokic too. And even Embiid, all when it pertains to skill. But come on, bro, we talking about Luka not even able to stick defense.
Luka's a better scorer than Giannis, and he's a much better.
All right,
playmaker.
yes, a better scorer. But last I checked, he averaged 32, bro. He averaged 29. So who's a better scorer? He's a better scorer because of what? He can shoot.
Yes.
Last I checked, the ball. If the ball goes through the hole, that's what matters, right?
Yeah, that's what matters.
So who averaged more in the season? So you're talking about better.
I think Giannis averaged 1 more point in the season.
Okay, all right. So the guy who can't shoot averaged more than the guy who can shoot.
1 more point, bro. But Luka's averaging 4 more assists more.
Okay, bro. And what about the boards? What about the defense? Right?
Hey,
that's a big thing.
8 boards. Luka getting 8 boards. Luka's actually a good rebounder.
All right, no, he is a good rebounder, but Giannis gets double digit rebounds, right? I mean, but give or take, he's a big man, so we'll give him that. We'll give him that edge, right? And then think about efficiency too. What about efficiency? Efficient. He's more efficient, and he's a better defender, bro. Defensive player of the year. Come on, bro.
Yo, give me a sec, man. You chime in because I'm pulling up this stat. Right
no, yeah, pull it up, bro. Pull it up. he probably has Luka has the same free throw percentage as Giannis, probably.
Yeah, and the thing is, Luka, like Pat said, he's only been to 1 conference final. He has no accolades whatsoever.
Yeah, bro.
All right, I got
you talking about a guy that, bro. You talking about a guy that won 2 times, 2 MVPs, bro. Luka hasn't even won one yet, and then we gonna say he's above Giannis after what? Because he lost in the conference finals, bro. Nah, bro, you don't get that from me, bro. You don't get that. You got to, in order for you to be the best player in the fucking league, you got to win a fucking title, bro. That shit don't go. That shit don't fly, bro. Even with LeBron, it look, and even then, right? It's even then with Giannis, right? A lot of people were saying that he was the best player. But even with Kevin Durant, people were saying he was the best player, and that was the narrative going for the whole year. But nobody's talking about Kevin Durant. People talking about Kevin Durant now because of what we just saw.
All right, let me respond to the being the best player without winning a ring. There's many instances where players were the best player in the league even though they haven't won a ring. Michael Jordan, before he won a ring with the Bulls, you go back 4 years ago, he was clearly the best player. Clearly the best player in the league. So it's like the case for Luka is he's very young. His team's shit right now. And, you know, Pat, I got a little stat for you, my guy. I got a little stat for you. You know, you always bring up playoffs, you know, and like the importance of the playoffs. Giannis averaged 25.9 points this playoffs per game. Luka averaged 33.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm aware. I think we're all aware of how much Luka averaged in the playoffs.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
Like that's like Harden numbers, prime Harden. Okay. Numbers.
No, yeah, we get it. We get it. You get what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, what is like I said, what does he have after this year? We talk about all these points, but bro, you realize high usage, in shooting the ball and having and being the leading scorer, that's typically not going to win you the series or the game. Especially usage. You know that, right? When typically teams that usually have a high usage rate, they don't win the championship because you're relying on one particular player. Right? So it's almost the same situation with James Harden, right? They're very top heavy. And that's why they didn't win. And even then it showed. Like it showed. I mean, give or take, this playoff showed. I mean, every playoffs really has showed what type of player that Luka is. But with my reference, right, when I say the best player in the league, right, if you're the best player in the league or you're the best player, it's not that I'm saying okay, you have to have a ring automatically. Or I'll say it like this: when you're the best player, you're essentially looked at as being able to. And right, when I say that, I'm referring to active players. So if a guy is good enough to win a ring, typically the best player in the league has a championship. Now, actually, you know what? Give me one time where the best player in the league, where it spanned from at least 5 years or more, where they were the best years in the league for 5 years or more, and they didn't have a championship. Essentially, they had to win one, right? Because that's when the door starts knocking. That's when everybody starts hearing, yo, what's going on here? So if you're the best player in the league, guess what? You have to win a ring, right? They don't keep saying you're the best player in the league until you win one. It happened with LeBron. It happened with MJ, right? Kobe already had his when he was younger, right? Steph Curry got his. That's why Kevin Durant left his team and went to the Warriors. And that's why they were saying he was the best player, not only because of his play. I mean, he got the championships too. But guess what? If he wasn't playing with the Warriors, if Kevin Durant didn't play with the Warriors and he had no championship, guess what they would be talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to make it all about rings, because even though I speak that way, I'm just highlighting the point that Giannis is 27 years old, right? He's 27, which means he's in his prime. He won two MVPs. he was just all NBA first team for the past 3 years consecutively. And the last one was unanimous. Right? Defensive player of the years. All NBA teams, all defensive teams, finals MVP. Come on, bro. Come on, man. At least when it comes to every young player, any player before their 30s, he has the best resume right now. Isn't that right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he has the best resume and he puts up one of the best stats in the league, what does that mean?
Listen. Since when does Giannis have the best resume? If you want to go by resume, we could put LeBron and KD up.
Bro, I'm not stupid, bro. I'm not mentioning those players. We clearly know, that's a completely different era. I'm not even comparing those players. I said before 30. I said younger than 30. Right?
Man,
because these are the new player eras, bro. Right? Before 30, we gotta talk about all these young guys, bro. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, right? Ja Morant, Trae Young, Luka Doncic, all these players, bro. You just agreed that he has the best resume out of everybody before 30. So that means what? He's the best player in the league right now, bro.
I'm not gonna say that, but I will say something quickly, man. Like, just put some light on the situation. Luka has one of the best playoff game winners of all time. That shows saucy. The man curved the ball. He said, He went in and out with the legs about 2 times. He spammed that, bro. And then he stepped back with the left hand off one leg and he shot the ball from deep three. I know you guys remember that, so I just want to say that real quick.
All right, bro. You said when? What series was that? What game was that?
Hey man, that was I think that was game 4 of I think that was his first time in the playoffs. Yeah, his first time ever in the playoffs. Game 4.
Oh yes, and then he went against the Clippers, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and he lost that series, correct?
In 7 games. And
yes,
Paul George
yes, he
Kawhi
did.
Leonard,
And
defenders of all time were guarding him.
Okay, right. And Giannis dropped 50 in an NBA Finals closeout game, bro.
Yeah, but that was a bad matchup.
Now it's bad matches. You trying to discredit the guy, man?
I'm not, man. I'm not.
Come on, bro. Like, come on now. Like, let's not sit, bro. All right, let's not sit here and try to make it seem like 50 in the NBA Finals is just something to crack at, bro. That's not something that you just overlook. Like, be honest here. That's Jordan shit.
Yeah, that's Jordan shit.
That's Jordan shit, bro. Let's be honest here, right? And he did it in the finals. Regardless, bro, you got Aiden on you. You got Mikal Bridges, who was an MVP candidate, right? You think Monty Williams and all those in as a coach, you think when he comes out, you think he's not game planning for Giannis? Come on, bro. He was swatting, he was blocking all types of shots, bro. He had one of the greatest blocks in NBA history, in NBA Finals history, and dropped 50, bro. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Like, let's keep it 100, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these young players, Giannis got the crown, bro.
Oh yeah,
he has a crown. With Luka, it's not the fact that we don't see Luka being number 1. It's just that he has to earn it. He has to earn that shit, bro. It's not just about putting up points. He has to earn it, bro. It comes with success. We all talk about Jordan. Why? Right? It's because of everything that he's done. All the other shit, all the accolades. But I know y'all trying to speak, so let me let y'all interject.
But I mean, while I do agree, saying that he's number 1 is delusional. But I mean, he's still like top 5. Ever since he came in the league, he's been an MVP top. Like,
who, Giannis?
No, Luka.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Continue.
You can't discredit Luka too much when ever since he came to the league, he's been an MVP top every single year. He came in top 5 player right away.
Okay. Bro, like I said, I'm not discrediting him. I'm saying y'all trying to credit this man as being, we already gave him, people already saying he's the best point guard, right? We already give him a lot of credit, bro. But coming into the league and just saying, okay, just because you put up a couple stats, you're the best player in the league right now.
All right, Pat.
We've seen you. Actually, hold up. Let me check this out. But continue. Say what you gotta say, Josh. I'm gonna look something up though.
Hey man, yeah, like if that's the logic you want to go by, let me ask you a question. Put you on the spot like that.
Mm.
So when did LeBron become the best player in the league?
LeBron. So LeBron became the best player in the league the year in 2007.
Nah,
the year
Kobe
when
Bryant. Kobe Bryant.
No,
Kobe
no,
Bryant. What did LeBron do to earn the best player in the league?
Well, all right, so let me tell you this. Because I am a Kobe Bryant fan. I love Kobe Bryant, bro. I do. But LeBron is a better player than Kobe Bryant, bro. And not to and let me say it like this, right? LeBron was beating Kobe. Look at every matchup where he played against LeBron James. Yes, and look at, don't say no, bro. I know this for a fact.
But
Kobe Bryant has a losing record against LeBron James.
Yeah, okay, but that doesn't mean anything because after 2012, Kobe, he lost his.
This was before 2012.
I'm using your logic, Pat, because you said LeBron, as soon as he entered the league in 2007, he's the best player in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't win a title until 2012. So why can't Luka be the best player in the league right now, even though he's not accomplished? Because the numbers are there. The numbers
are there. Hold on. Because I'm
MVP. He had MVP.
Who, LeBron? Yeah.
Oh.
So hold on. So I'm gonna say it like this, right? So, and you made a good point. But one, LeBron had taken his team to a finals. Two, it was almost irrefutable at that point, like what LeBron was doing in the league, bro. But I get what you're saying, though. I do get what you're saying, because it is almost the same concept. you kind of got me there, so I'm not gonna hold you. But late 2000s, okay, so late 2000s, honestly, but it was a flip. So let's go back to that time, because I do want to talk about it. 2008 to 2010, right? That was more or less the shift in power. You get what I'm saying? So Kobe Bryant was the best player in the league, no doubt about it, in mid 2000s and still late 2000s, right? Because that was obviously the time where he was still being able to compete. He was playing the teams like the Spurs, Nuggets, Grizzlies. I mean, you name it, right? But during that time, I mean, and you know well, Josh, the conversation was between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. So in that instance, you know what? You're right. Kobe Bryant was the best player in that time. I'll just count it right there. I'm not gonna talk, because Kobe Bryant at that time, even though LeBron was really, even though LeBron was doing his thing for real. But yes, Kobe Bryant was the best player, and it's not to say about, like, to break it down statistically, because you can always make an argument with LeBron statistically against any other player. You know what I mean? But even watching then, right? It wasn't so clear cut as to when you saw each other play, bro. There was a reason why they said Kobe versus LeBron. You know what I mean? There was a very good reason. What put Kobe over the edge? One, because Kobe was a dog. He was a villain. He was a villain in every story, bro.
Kobe is. I think he's the most villain-like player in NBA history. I think that's what I give Kobe.
You know what I mean? And so by that time, right? During that time when late 2000s, where Kobe was doing his thing, he was very much in the mix, bro. Like a lot of people, he was almost unstoppable. And a lot of people would say, yeah, it was hard to, he was hard to take care of. He was hard to lock down. But yeah, I agree with that though, for sure. Kobe Bryant was the best player in the league, or I would say he was number one right at that point. And then once it reached 2000 to 2010, that's when it officially started to shift.
You mean 2012? Because that's when he won the championship.
No, but yeah, he because I know he won in 2012. No, but I'm just saying, like in that decade. I'm saying when it went to 2010, the 2010 that decade of basketball. I'm saying that's when it started to shift. I'm not saying like a particular point. Like I'm not saying a particular year. I'm just saying when it started to go 2010, in the 2010 decade of basketball, that's when it started to shift.
Yeah, and shifted when in 2012 when he won, and Kobe. It was Kobe's last year when he was on NBA defensive team.
I mean, I wouldn't even say it shifted then. I mean, because like I said, Kobe Bryant, whenever he played LeBron, it was always a problem for him in that matchup. And like I said, you can look it up. Kobe Bryant, he's lost to LeBron James more than he's beat him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Kobe fan saying that. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not trying to be biased. Even though LeBron had better stats statistically, it was Kobe Bryant was the killer. He was the killer in the league, bro. And some people might not know about this too, is that Kobe faced more 50+ win teams than Michael Jordan and LeBron James. So yeah, I'm definitely agree with you on that, Josh. I rescind my statement in saying LeBron at that time. But
hey man, respects, man.
You feel me? So yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna retract that. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's how I look at it, man. And remember, like, what you guys gotta remember also, it's not like it's not like with Giannis though. He's like KD's era or LeBron's era. Remember, he's on the younger side. You get what I'm saying? He's on the younger side. So, and Giannis, and I'm looking at it now too. Giannis averaged 30 points in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He averaged 31.
Oh no, not this year's playoffs.
In this year's playoffs?
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at it now. It says 31. I looked on the score and I looked on the internet, bro. He averaged 31.7. It says that he's tied with Luka.
Well, I'm looking at his 25.
So, hey man.
It didn't feel like it.
Well, one thing that we do gotta say is, obviously the Bucks did get knocked out in the first round, as opposed to Luka, who played in the conference finals against the Warriors. But still, with that being said, he had two. With that being said, though, still, like he was still able to rack up a good amount of yards. I mean, for all it is, Harden keeps bringing up Jokic, and he only had like one fucking round, and he averaged 31 points. I mean, Jokic is number 3. That's what I was saying. I don't know,
You see, the point is that no matter who you say is number 1 player in the league, it's the closest matchup probably in NBA history. Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis.
No,
neither of these
I wouldn't
players
say. No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And if for Embiid and Jokic to top Giannis, bro, they have to win it. They have to win a championship, or at least get to it. or an MVP, or like
I mean,
if Jokic, like I said, if Jokic wins, like I said, if for Jokic, if he wins another MVP, then honestly, it's just gonna add more pressure on him to win a championship. You realize that though, right?
okay,
Like if he wins another one, you know that's it's just gonna be more pressure to him because now he's gonna be like now people are gonna look at him like, yo, what's going on, bro?
okay, but who's won 3 MVPs in a row before?
2 MVPs in a row,
3 MVPs.
3.
Yeah.
I believe. Nah, I don't know the answer to that right now.
Exactly. That would already put him in Hall of Fame just off the bat.
I mean, but we're not saying he's gonna win it though. And you know that's like votes, right? Like you know it's like critics and media guys who vote on this, and they're subjective just like everybody else, bro. They're fluid just like everybody else. Like you think, and let me ask you this: you think that that first round with Jokic versus the Warriors, you think that helped his MVP case for next year?
I mean, he did drop 2 almost 40-point games.
All right, 2 almost 40-point games.
Quite
Come on, bro. Like you know what? And like I said, and you bring up this case, right? With Jokic and Giannis. But I'm looking at the playoffs, right? Because remember how I said Giannis eats in the playoffs. He turns it up. So look right here, right? So he has more points and rebounds and assists, right? Than Jokic in the playoffs.
Okay, but since we're comparing the two, look at the 2 games all the games they played.
They don't play each other in the playoffs, bro.
I'm not talking
They don't
playoffs.
play each other. Yeah, I'm talking playoffs. I'm talking playoffs, right? We talking about the last time they played. They played in the playoffs. Don't talk about last time they played because they've never played in the playoffs against each other. Only time they would is the finals, right? So we talking about when do players get measured on when they're the best? When they win it all, right? Giannis won it all. Jokic didn't win it all. Embiid didn't win it all. So why are these guys being ranked over Giannis and they didn't achieve what Giannis did?
The eye test.
The eye test?
The eye test.
The eye test is telling me something else, bro. Giannis is, I get it. Look, I get it, bro. All these players are nice, bro. Jokic, Embiid, Jokic, they are. But the eye test, honestly, what's the eye test? Because Giannis isn't pretty with his game. That's what you're telling me, bro. That's what you're telling me, is that his game isn't pretty, so he's not the best player because of that. Because he's still getting up 30. He had 14 rebounds, bro. In these playoffs. He was 4 assists. I'm sorry, Harden, but continue though. I know you was trying to make a point with the regular season.
Well, like I said, look at if you look at the stats, Jokic beats him in every stat pretty much.
He bitches him in every stat, huh?
Yeah.
Bro, let me be honest, dog. If it's like near the end of the year, like you talking about games, it's like in the middle of the pack, middle of the season. It'd probably be like a game just before the All-Star game. Like those games that you bring up, why don't you bring me those dates? Bring me the dates in which he played those games against the Nuggets. Because the games that I'm giving you, guess what? Those are playoff games, bro. Giannis is getting 50 in finals games. He's getting 30 in playoff games. Right? He's top. You said top 5 in every category. Guess what? This year, Giannis was 1, 2, 3. He was top 5 in 3 of the categories that you bring up in the regular season. And I'm giving you in the playoffs. And you already know Giannis is up there in points and rebounds, and he can pass too, and he's a defensive player. So what are we losing here? What is Giannis losing here, bro?
Okay.
Where is he losing at?
There's an asterisk behind Giannis's averages.
Okay.
I forgot about this too.
There's an asterisk behind his averages now.
Do you remember what team he played in the first round?
It was the Bills, the Bulls.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
That is a mismatched nightmare for the Bulls.
Okay.
Vucevic is.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but that definitely, like explains why his numbers are so nice. If he played a team like the Raptors, his numbers wouldn't be that nice. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, Vucevic is a big guy, but he's not athletic. And other than that, no one's nearly as tall. So it's a matchup nightmare. That's all I got to say.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, that was almost the case with Jokic in the Warriors too, right? But guess what? They lost.
That's true.
Right?
That's a good point.
Jokic is the biggest guy on the court, right? Warriors play.
He still was
Yeah,
dropping 40.
he wasn't, bro. He didn't. First off, no, bro. First off, stop saying he dropped 40. He didn't drop 40. He didn't drop 40 in that series, right? That's why they lost. He didn't drop 40, right? And he's the biggest guy on the court, right? So that all that matchup shit, no, bro. Don't blame Giannis because of genetics, because he's tall. It's basketball, bro. Everybody's tall. Come on, man. Giannis ain't even 7 feet tall, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, bro. Get out of here with that, dog. Giannis, dog.
Just explains his numbers, bro. You can't use his numbers are inflated because he went up against the Bulls. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, it's inflated because I'm sorry, Giannis was. I'm sorry, the Bucks were a really good team, so they faced a lower seed team in the first round. Isn't that what happens?
Yep.
When you're really good during the regular season, you face a lower seed team in the playoffs. Isn't that what happens? Isn't that why the Nuggets faced the Warriors in the first round? Because they were the 6th seed, right?
Yeah, but the Bulls, their defense was so shit. It was the worst playoff defense in the entire playoffs.
Bro, but you can't. I'm not gonna put that on the Bucks, bro.
But
there's a reason.
But you have to just acknowledge that it inflated Giannis's numbers. Like, you have to acknowledge that. You can't pretend that Giannis would have the same numbers if he went up against the Raptors. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Like, you don't even have to admit that.
No, I mean, okay, but that's a theory though, bro. That's a guess. That's a hypothesis. We didn't see that. You get what I'm saying? What we saw and what we know is that the Giannis and the Bucks were one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. That's why they were able to face the Bulls, right? Right? That's why the Miami Heat went against the Hawks. That's why they beat them. Right? So you're gonna say hold on. So you're gonna say Jimmy Butler's numbers were inflated because he went against the Hawks? Nah, bro. Come on, man. At the end of the day, when it's the playoffs, they're not playing just 8th seed, 7th seed. They're not playing just we made the playoffs and all right, we chilling. Nah, they're playing basketball. They're trying to win too. So let's stop this whole matchup stuff. Nah, man. Give him his flowers, bro. On this channel, we give Giannis his flowers, dog.
Don't kill me, man. Hey, man, you've been preaching with the Giannis defense, man, and all I'm gonna say is you made some good points, man. That's all I'm saying.
You feel me? Like let's like I said, I'm not trying to say these guys can't beat Giannis. I'm not saying that. Or they can't take his crown. But you gotta earn that, bro. You gotta earn that stripe, bro. That's not given to you. That's not, bro. It's just plain and simple. It's not, bro. Trust me, when LeBron, and you know what? You brought back some memories, Ja. Sorry. At that point, when there was a whole argument between LeBron and Kobe, there was a lot of blowback with people saying LeBron was the best player in the league at that time. Again, where he was better than Kobe. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. That's a very tough argument to make when Kobe wins 2 straight championships. Isn't it not?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a tough argument. But clearly, as you see LeBron's career blossom a lot more, then you have a completely different argument.
Sure, man, for sure.
And that's the same case with Giannis and them, bro. None of these guys have done what Giannis has done, bro. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. 9 seasons, he did. The only person to do what Giannis has done is Michael Jordan. So we just gonna overlook that now? Michael Jordan you just said Michael Jordan was the best player in his league or during his time.
Hey Hey man, Michael Jordan was, you know, and yeah, Michael Jordan's just different though. I mean, like it's a guy that dropped like 60 points against Larry Bird's Celtics. I mean, yeah, he's just different, man.
No, I mean, yeah, like
It's
I'm
hard
not.
to compare. Yeah, it's hard to compare
not-
Jordan with these other players because
No, I'm not comparing them in terms of stats and skill and all that, bro. I'm just talking about accolades. I'm talking about accomplishments. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about accomplishment. Over the 9 seasons, the only player to accomplish exactly what MJ has done is Giannis. So we still gonna say Luka is above him. Jokic above him. We still gonna keep saying that, or are we gonna concede? Huh?
Hey man,
Come on,
Well,
man.
I'll just say that when Jokic walks through the ring next season, best player in the league.
Oh my god, bro.
Unanimous.
Bro, I swear, dog. I swear. I pray. You better hope this team wins the championship, bro. You better pray on everything you love. You better be going to church every Sunday, bro. You better be going to church every Sunday. Praying for the Denver Nuggets to win this championship. Because I swear to you, bro. I swear. I will shit on you. And the moment he gets eliminated from that playoff, bro, I will shit on you until next season. Because this is how much I've had to hear this bullshit with you saying that he's going to win this championship. Because he's not, bro. He's not winning a no championship. He's not, bro. I'm sorry. He's not.
Hey, you know,
I don't even see the honestly. I don't even see the Nuggets beating the Grizzlies next season.
Damn.
I don't even see them beating the Grizzlies.
Bro, okay, chill.
No, you saying chill,
Rudy
but there's a
Gobert.
reason why.
Wait, you said Timberwolves? Oh,
No,
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
bro, Grizzlies ain't do.
Damn, Nuggets ain't doing shit. Like, and let me tell you why. Because this is a very educated pick. Why? There's a reason why I picked the Grizzlies specifically. One, their backcourt is ridiculous. With Desmond Bain, right? With Ja Morant, that 1-2 punch combo right now. Those guys are fit. Well, Desmond Bain is a fantastic shooter. He shot 40% from the field and from 3-point this postseason. We already know what type of beast Ja Morant is. So that right there is already going to give you problems in the backcourt. Dylan Brooks, huh?
Steven Adams ain't doing shit.
I mean, but he won. Look, what do you expect out of Steven Adams though? Out of curiosity, from your point of view, what do you think
Well, he'll be the one guarding Jokic, but he ain't.
I mean, but you realize that's probably gonna be like his only assignment, though, right? Is to guard Jokic. Now, like I said before, he's not locking him down, but Steven Adams is a strong guy, bro. That's a center. That's a real. That's like he's a center, bro. So I'm not just saying center. He's strong. He's gonna give him work, bro. And just in terms of him earning his shots, and that's enough. If Steven Adams can just even make him work for every shot, by the time it's the fourth quarter, Jokic is gonna be gassed, bro. And that's just talking about. And you just brought up Steven Adams. That he's not even the best defender on his team. What about Jaren Jackson? He led the league in blocks last I recall. So they have Steven Adams, who's a good defensive player. They have Jaren Jackson, who led the league in block. They had Dylan Brooks, who's shown to be a very aggressive, very good scorer in the league. Right? They have Desmond Bain, who shot 40% from 3, and they got Ja Morant.
Well,
So I'm just making my case. I'm not talking like I'm right because I'm not right yet. We have to see that matchup happen. But I don't see it, bro. If I had to bet on that series, I'll take Grizzlies. You feel me?
Hey man, Something about the Nuggets that I thought was crazy.
Huh?
Something about the Nuggets that I thought was crazy, real quick.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, I was just going back memory lane. Back when the Nuggets even achieved anything, going to the conference finals, right? That's when they even achieved something. Because other than that, it's been second round bounce, first round bounce. Who was the best player on the Nuggets?
Melo. At some
But you
point.
see, the thing is,
No, Murray was the best player on the
Odin
Nuggets.
Fit, Odin
Oh, I
Fit
thought
is
that.
without his second and third best player. Next
Bro,
season,
you
he'll
keep
have
talking about
Jamal
this.
Murray and MPJ.
Bro, you keep talking about this first and second best player, bro.
That's a good point, though.
No, it is a good point, but bro, it's a good point. But trust me, I've heard this many times, bro. I get it, bro. First off, you probably not gonna have MPJ for until maybe quarter past the season.
Okay, but he's not as important as Jamal Murray.
Oh, so
No,
look,
Jamal Murray.
so female, so somebody replied. So he said, I don't think he's gonna win a chip with the Nuggets. I think Jokic needs to leave the Nuggets to win a chip. Not going to do anything with him.
Wow.
There you go. Hey, very. Hey, very. Hey, there you go, right there, bro. Feel me? People on my side, man. The comments don't lie. The people have spoken.
Fair.
So it came to a vote, and it was 1 of 1.
Hey, man.
You feel me?
Hey,
But
man, someone should have told me what that was. I would have called my people. You know,
but nah, man, it's but with MPJ, like with Jamal Murray, I have no doubt that he's gonna come back. But MPJ, bro, you putting way too much. I think you putting way too much stock into MPJ, bro. I think he's a good player, but I think you really overhyping this dude, like for real. Like, I'm not trying to say he's trash. I wouldn't even go as far as to say he's trash. I think he's a very good scorer. He's a good scorer, bro. He can score. But when it comes to ball, bro, come on now. Like, he's a 3-point specialist, but let's say all right, you take away his 3. You know what else is in his bag? And then can he guard on defense? Come on, man. I explained this to you already, bro. Come on now.
Okay, then what about Jamal Murray?
All right, and he gets offset with that with John Morant. So he's gonna have to score and guard John Morant too. It's not gonna be an easy assignment. You okay? Like I said, it's both ends here.
I'm gonna pick Nuggets in that matchup. Respectfully, I'm gonna pick Nuggets in that matchup.
No, I understand. I completely understand. But that's just how I feel.
For sure.
That's just how I feel about it, bro. You feel me? And so you think you think MPJ is locking down Andrew Wiggins? Let me, huh? Come on, bro. Andrew Wiggins is locking him down, bro.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You think MPJ is locking down Jason Tatum?
well,
But Wiggins would be guarding Murray though.
You think so?
Yeah, 1,000%. Well, yeah, 1,000%.
I mean, but that's assuming that if they go man though. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not really guaranteed. You can have a diamond in one, you can have a 4 in one. You know what I'm saying?
Like the game plan will be for Wiggins to be on Murray.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they may or may not. That may or may not be the case. I mean, but that's more likely to happen than not. So yeah. But even if, let's just say, if a zone matchup were to occur, even then, bro, it's still hit or miss, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I like I said, Artem, you got way too much stock in this team. So closely on. It's way too much stock on these people, man. But I don't blame you though. You out there, you out here trying to rep your team, trying to rep your guy. You feel it? I hope he's playing basketball right now instead of ranching. That man probably milking cows and shit right now.
Yeah, some weird shit.
with a supermax contract in his bag.
Nah, you're right, bro. But guess what? I don't got shit to do on the court.
Well, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Why not for a fact? is that he's gonna go further than Lakers, and that's a fact.
Is he gonna go further than the Lakers?
This season, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You know, I got faith in the Lakers this year. They go far, bro. They go to the finals.
You the one and only.
Nah, real talk though. If with a healthy LeBron James and Anthony Davis, I don't think y'all beat them now. Real talk. Healthy? Like no, don't say no. Huh?
Real talk, they won't be healthy.
They won't be healthy. I mean, you don't know that until they do. You don't know. I mean, your team's not healthy, are they not? Yo, dude, don't talk about the Lakers. At least they played last season. Jamal Murray.
Yo, Pat, I got a question for you. Does Anthony Davis lock Jokic's big Serbian ass or no?
No, he doesn't.
No.
No, he doesn't. But guess what? It's vice versa. I remember that series very well, bro. I remember that Nuggets and Lakers series very well. He was out rebounding him. Like Jokic was out rebounding Anthony Davis in a lot of ways. Yeah, he was definitely out rebounding him. But guess what? He wasn't locking him down scoring. Anthony Davis was still putting pieces on his head, boy.
Bam!
Bro, he just got that. He just got that one lucky fucking.
That one lucky one. Lucky one. What? Lucky one. No,
Bro,
it ain't
that's
lucky, bro.
buzzer beater.
Oh my, that was one game, bro. You realize it's a 7-game series. It's a 7-game series, bro. Which means he lost 4 times to the same team. Which means if you lose 4 times to the same team, guess what? You're not better than that team, bro. You lost. Come on, it's not football. This is basketball, bro. Playoffs, you got to beat a team 4 times. Think about that, bro. You talking about one game, bro. You played the team 4 times. Came up poo-poo. You know what I'm saying? So you miss me with all that playoff. Look, playoff time just ain't his time, bro. That's not his time, dog. It's just not. Not his time, bro. Nick Wright said it himself. I think he's like one of the few MVPs to get an MVP and then get bounced out the first and second round.
Oh, you know that Kareem got MVP when he wasn't even in the playoffs.
Okay, all right, bro. And you know what though? I guarantee you, he wouldn't even take that MVP. I guarantee you, he don't even care about that MVP.
Wow.
You said wrong?
No, I just said wow.
I guarantee he doesn't do it because it's for what, bro?
I think everybody cares. You know, it's just
No. Obviously, they care about the award. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, like it's like that was first of all that was a different time, different era, right? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, think about today's basketball. You talking, bro? Come on, bro. You keep bringing up this Kareem thing. This was the 70s, bro. This is 2022. Like, literally think about this now. Are you winning? Are you even going to the playoffs? Are you even winning an MVP and not going to the playoffs? Is that happening?
Nah.
No, right? So, what started this whole thing with with Jokic and Westbrook is because really it was Westbrook that kind of was the domino effect as it pertains to a player being a lower seed team and having them win an MVP. Westbrook started that effect because he had a triple-double in the season. And then clearly we've seen Jokic do it. Like he's had a historical statistical year. So, but religiously, if you look at for the most part, when the MVP is chosen in the NBA, it's always been the best player on the best team. For the most part, that's how it's went. Right, Josh?
Yeah.
Yes.
For the most part, yes. For the most part,
there's a lot of nominees, but yeah.
No. I mean, yes, there's a lot. But I'm saying recently, as far as from now till even early 2000s, bro. I'm saying for the most part,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
For the most part. That's why Steve Nash won MVP, right? Over Kobe.
Yeah.
Because Lakers were a lower seed team and the Suns were the best team in the West. That's why they gave it to Steve Nash. That's not a coincidence.
No.
I mean, even though, do I agree with it? No. But that's how it's been. That's how it's been, bro.
Yeah, man, you right. You right.
You feel me? So now it's like, you know, with Jokic, he's won 2, and that's great. But now that we know how great of a player he is, we got to see him pull through. We got to see it execute, bro. Because y'all talk about Luka, like Artem, you can't talk about Luka. You can't talk about Luka because you either repping Luka or you repping Jokic. You can't pick one. You can't pick one or the other because one of them has to fall in order to get to the finals. One of them has to fall to get it. So you either pick one or the other, right?
Well, it's Jokic going to the finals, but doesn't mean that Luka ain't gonna go to the conference. He is, again.
All right, so this man was talking about the Clippers.
Yeah.
You were saying the Clippers last time. Now you stick it. So you're sticking with the Nuggets instead of the Clippers. I'm asking you, bro. You the one saying this. You the one that said Clippers the other time, and then now you saying Nuggets. So you sticking with the Nuggets. Why you so quiet?
Yeah, right. Why you so bad like that?
Because he knows that he said Clippers. Huh?
Hey, man, you still there?
Yeah, man. It's one or the other, bro. That's all it is, man. It's one or the other. And honestly, you keep talking like that. I don't see the Warriors going anywhere. I do not see the Warriors going anywhere, buddy. Don't forget that, too. They're still the defending champions.
Yeah. The thing about the Warriors, man, is their team is the perfect team for each other. Like you got Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, 2 elite defenders, and then
and Wiseman too potentially when he comes back.
Coming back, but honestly, you could run a lineup with Curry, Poole, Klay, Wiggins, and Draymond, and offensively, that's the best lineup in the league. It's not even close. Offensively. Yeah, man. Dangerous.
So that's a lot of shooting. That's a lot. Remember, it wasn't Jokic can do all that shooting. He averaged 31 in that series, and still couldn't win. One game? He won one game. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it, remember, Steph Curry, even though he had a really high average in the paint in the restricted area, I think he was like shooting 60% in the restricted area. Remember, that's a 3-point shooting team, bro. They was draining it on you. He was like, all right, fine. Have those twos,
But
bro.
look at the match.
Yes, have those twos, bro. That's the point.
Who was the second best player on Nuggets? Fucking Aaron Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Who was... It was a bad matchup.
No, I get that, bro. No, look. You know what's crazy? No. Actually, I'm gonna air your ass out here. I'm gonna air your ass on here now, Arnold. You bet me. You bet that the Nuggets will win that series, bro. Josh, do you remember that? You know
yes,
he bet me.
I remember that.
Yeah, remember
that.
You're the one. So don't tell me about that bad matchup shit, because you had time to think about that. You bet that the Nuggets would beat the Warriors. Did you not?
Okay.
Yes. So don't give me that bad matchup shit, because you didn't think about that.
You got a point there. Ain't nobody thought it was a bad matchup. It was a good matchup, actually, because who's guarding Jokic? That's what I went into the series thinking that the Warriors were obviously the better team, but that this would be Jokic's best matchup because, it'll be tough. The Warriors got no problem.
That was literally, bro. If further down, I mean, maybe Mavs, right? Josh,
Yeah.
Like maybe Mavs was probably the second best team they could have faced in terms of matchup. But in terms of the Warriors, bro, yeah, that was the best. That was probably the best, one of the best matchups Jokic could have gotten throughout the whole playoffs. It wouldn't honestly. I think that was the easiest he could have gotten, even with Draymond. That was the easiest matchup he could have gotten, besides the Mavs. Actually, I think the Mavs would be. I think the Mavs are easier, and then the Warriors would be too, because it's just that size, bro. You feel me?
I feel you.
You get what I'm saying? So any other team, that him averaging 30 points per game in the playoffs, that's gonna go down, bro. It's gonna go down because he's not doing that every game. He doesn't even do that in the regular season, and that's where you get his best numbers. You feel me? Think about it, bro. Imagine if he's playing against Robert Williams. You think in a 7-game series, you don't think he's gonna have a bad game? You know what I'm saying?
No, I see what you mean. But just wait next season, bro.
Oh my God, wait next year. I'm telling you, bro. Everything I love, man. You better hope. You better hope this team wins, bro, because I'm going to be on it, bro. I'm going to be on it. Just know that. I'm going to be on it. Okay? So, we've been running up on 2 hours now, man. It's been a long one, but we definitely did have a good conversation. We had a wonderful basketball conversation. Soon here, I'm going to start to, have a couple more people on here so we can start, having a lot more engagement. But if anybody has tuned in, everybody tuned in, please like and subscribe to Cash Sports. Once again, anybody can join the conversation. Literally, anybody can join the conversation. And yeah, man, just subscribe to the page, hit that notification button if you want to keep hearing these conversations, these topics, and all the latest news. Because I'll be dropping shorts every single day. For the past 2 weeks. And yeah, and I know y'all see that Cash App below. You can send whatever. But yeah, this is Cash Sports. Keep it live. Keep it, we keep having these conversations, man, because this is what we like to do. This is what we do, man. So y'all want to say anything before we depart?
Hey man, another great podcast, Cash. Always a pleasure being at it, man. Thank you.
No doubt. For sure.
Yes,
so
as usual, some go to the Strokes.
Real hooper knowledge in this podcast, man.
Hey man, hey, Arthur. I'm one day I'm gonna have my cousin come out. So the next conversation, actually no, before I head out of here. The next conversation, more than likely, I'm gonna try to have Saturday morning, and I'm gonna invite my cousin. I'm gonna have the goat talk. I want to have that goat talk.
All right.
So Josh, I know you an MJ guy. I know you're an MJ guy, so I want to have that debate with a couple people. I would want to have that debate with a couple people as opposed to having it singular. With just me talking, but I could say my little spat or whatever. But typically, that's how it goes. So when I start the video, I'm gonna say whatever I gotta say, kind of build it up, and then you guys interject, and then the conversation can really go anywhere. But yeah, so yeah, that Saturday I plan to have that goat talk. But if not, if many people don't show up, then I'll probably just save it for another day. But yeah. So yeah, this is Cash Sports. This is the Cash Sports podcast. Really enjoyed everybody tuning in, and that's that. So thank you, y'all. Y'all have a great evening, a great day, great morning. That's it. This is Cash Sports. See y'all then.
Peace.